Book on Wednesday. I think it's the 13th of September, and I'm at a new venue. I've never fished here before. I've fished part of this beach, but I'm at Chesil Beach, and I'm at towards the Portland end. So I parked in Ferry Bridge, I think it's called, and tried to walk as far as I could back towards the east. But it's a killer. Oh, it's a killer slog. I would have liked to have got a bit further, but it's hard going. So I plopped myself down. I think I'm about 3/4 way along what they call the bird sanctuary. The nearest people over there. So I had a bike then. It's just the rod rest slipping down there. So I'll give you a showdown. So I'm here for, well, till midday tomorrow. I've got to leave the car park by midday tomorrow. Just targeting anything. At the moment I've got a small bass rod out with a 3.5 ounce pyramid weight with a earth rig in size 2 hooks just to scratch around. I've got a potentially super match with my pen casting special, and that's got a loop rig size 1/0 hooks on, and I've got my sport which has got a 5-foot pulley with size 3/0 pennel hooks on there, and that's just cast out as far as I could. The super match is cast out medium distance, and the bass rod's quite in close. So low tides around coming up soon. I can't quite remember if it was 11, half 11, and high tides around 7, 8 o'clock today. So when it comes to the evening, I'll put big baits out and just see what happens, but just scratch around. So target, I'd love to catch a bream. Never caught a bream. I would like to catch a bream, but I'll take anything. I decided to come to Chesil simply because we haven't been on a family holiday abroad this year, so I've got loads of holidays to take. So I've just taken 3 off when the kids are back at school, and I thought I'd come and treat myself to a long session at Chesil. So I'll give you a show round. So down there towards Portland, so you can see quite far away from the nearest anglers, and that's down towards Abbotsbury, further down when I fished last time. But I'll give you an idea. I think they call this the deep end, and it gets deeper as it goes further to Portland, but I said it's near low tide now, but you can get an idea of how steep this bank is, how deep the water is, how it comes up. I'm just hoping I've followed everyone else. Everyone seems to be set back in this ridge here. I've set back further because I don't know how high the tide comes in. So yeah, but it's a hard slog walking on this with all your gear on. So I stopped off at Chesil Bait and Tackle. I've got a load of ragworm. Really nice. Yeah, quite pleased that I got £1 worth of ragworm. So some decent size rag. That'll keep me going. And I brought with me, I've got frozen mackerel, bluey, squid, crab, sand eel. So I've got all kinds of bait, so bang out everything. So yeah, I'll give it a good go, and I will yeah, keep you updated as and when anything happens. Well, it's 1:10, so I've been here for 2 hours. Not had a bite. I pulled in the bass rod because I didn't realise quite a bit of a tidal pull here, so I tried feathering for 10 casts, got bored, didn't get anything. I'll do that later on. Yeah, not had a bite, but baits are coming back stripped. Just mixing up at the moment on the big rod. On the sport, I've got half a fillet of mackerel, and on the other rod I've put the earth rig onto. I'm just swapping about with different size hooks, different size traces, different baits, just mix and match, see if any tips. I thought I did expect it to get better towards the evening when it was coming up to high tide and it started getting dark, but it's a glorious day. It's boiling hot. The The wind started to pick up slightly, only very, very breezy, just very nice with the breeze. But it is so nice to be able to put up the shelter, get everything out of the box to hand, not having to go in and out, not move. So yeah. I mean, I set off at 4 o'clock this morning to get here. I'm starting to feel a bit tired now after it's a 5-hour drive. But a decent, yeah, can't grumble with the drive. No incidents or anything like that. Quite a clean run. But I might get my head down for an hour or two. Whilst it's like this. Oh yeah, just be nice to get a bream or two, or a gurnard. But once it starts going dark, I'm just going to put big baits out and just, I wouldn't mind a conger. So I'll probably put one bait rod in to get some fresh bait like pouting, or I'll spin for or a feather for scad or mackerel. We'll have to see. But they do call it the beach of broken dreams. So had a little rattle then on the Super Match, which has the 3-hook Luke rig with size 1s, all on ragworm. And my first black bream, yeah, only a small one. I'll get this fella back, fighting fit. So yeah, made up. The tide is coming in now, hopefully they're on the feed, so I'll get that one out. I had a nightmare on the other rod. I had a bird's nest. I've been sorting that out for the last 20 minutes, so I've just sorted that out. So yeah, get this in. Yay! Well, and another bite, and another small black bream. Yeah, that's 2 of my target species, so I'm happy with that. I put the bass rod in and with a size 2 hook, see if I can catch one of that. I think I'll get a better fight on that than the Super Match. But yeah, happy with that. Saw the bite, no problem at all. Yeah, get this fella back in. See if there's any more out there. But that was at distance, real distance, which I can't get with the bass rod. So, but hey, that's 2 fish. It's not been a total loss at the moment. Hopefully night brings the beasts. I've come up to the top of the bank. That forgive me for being out of breath because it's hard going. It's actually 2 fellas there walking. Looks like they're obviously going further along. Now, I didn't realise you could do that, so they've stayed on the bottom. As you come off the car park over there, I walked some before coming up the bank, because when I saw those poles I thought we weren't allowed in them, so I walked along the top of the bank. They've obviously, I'd have done that, but then they dropped down onto the grass to make it easier walking. I might have to remember that. But to give you an idea, so that's Portland, that's Weymouth, but yeah, car park is here. It's not cheap. It's cost me just shy of £20 from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, afternoon, around you do it. Not cheap. But yeah, there's quite a few, a lot further down there in front of the car park. There's a lot of anglers there. But to give you an idea, so you can see my camp there, but how high you are. So at the top of the bank, obviously you've got to get up it, and then there's actually the top of the bank down, which I don't know how I'm going to get up because of all my gear, because that was a nightmare getting up before. Might have to bring it up in stages. Yeah, so yeah, you come down. Well, again to the Super Match. another small bream, so that's 3. So that's not too bad for, not too bad. It's coming up to 4:45 now. So 3 fish in, what's 6 hours. So yeah, it'd be nice if they were a bit bigger. Oh, spiky. So I'll go and get this one back. Again, rag's the one that they're all taking rag. So yeah, excellent. Well, it's coming up to 7:15. Sun's starting to set. More or less, I think going to be high tide soon. So I've taken off all the small rigs now and just got the big bait. I've got pulley pennel on with 3/0 hooks. I've just put a loop rig with 2/0 hooks on. Yeah, I'll fish probably until about 10-11 tonight, so that's a full 12 hours fishing. I'm going to head down to get up for 4 o'clock-ish tomorrow, just before dawn, and put in a session then. So it's going to be mainly big baits, fish baits. I have been feathering, trying to get some fresh mackerel, but nothing. There's a lad down there who's been doing it as well, but I'm not seeing him pull anything out. I'm hoping as the sun starts to drop beneath the horizon, I'll put a few casts out, see if there's any scad about, and use that as bait if there's anything like that. But yeah, only had the 3 breams so far. That was my tag species. That's what I came to this particular part of the beach to catch, because I never caught it before. They're only small ones, but the target achieved. Looking for something bigger, preferably probably a conger. I'll probably put like I've got a couple of joey mackerels with me, so I'll probably launch one of them out, just lob it into the gutter, see if anything comes when it's dark, see if we can haul in I know some big congers patrol this beach, so it'd be nice to get one. Not looking for a monster, double figure one would be nice. Well, the sun's got to be setting in a couple, probably about 20 minutes or so. So I've just, on the big rod, I've just put out a whole joey mackerel. Just going to target, I've got about 5 or 6 small joey mackerels that I brought with me. I'm just going to fish them all night on the big rod. Just see what's about, whether big conger, bass, ray, whatever. Just see what's out. And on the other rod, I'll just put a scratching rig out, but I'll use size 1 hooks, 1/0 hooks with rag, to see if we can catch anything else. Been an absolutely glorious day. Maybe not the best weather for fishing, but certainly enjoyable to fish. Flat calm, water's gin clear, absolutely gin clear. It's 8:15. I thought I'd have a few casts there as the sun was setting and losing the light. They made up on about 12 casts for 3 mackerels. I haven't caught a mackerel since. I think the last time I caught mackerel feathering was with Mr. Jones and my son on Rocky Coast in Holyhead many years ago. So I've got some nice fresh bait, so I made up with that. So cracking fight on the little bass rod, I have to say. They're going all over the shop. One did drop off, but yeah, three decent sized ones, they'll do me. Oh, is that a bite? So yeah, I've got some fresh bait, so and the 10 minutes reelies in and do some nice fresh bait, fresh mackerel fillets onto big baits. See what we can tempt out in this witching hour. Having my tea, chili con carne. Hope it's nice because I'm starving. Well, on the Joey mackerel, didn't see a bite or anything like that. The ratchet is on. Target species for the night, conger. We're not really the size. Proper little strap one there, and that hooked itself on a 6-0 circle hook. So third species tonight, so that's mackerel, bream and a conger. But I want his granddad. Go and put this fella back. Well, I brought the other rod in and having one cast with this on a pulley. 6-0 circle hook at the top, 6-0 big mouth extra at the bottom. It's one of the fresh mackerels I caught today. Got a £150 bite trace. See if we can get a big conger. So I'll shove that in, give that half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'll go and get some kip. Well, I just had a cracking bite. And I just had a bit of a wait. It was this, if you can see, cuttlefish. That's the first time I've ever caught one of them. So I'll let this back in the water. Look here, I thought I'd give him some cracking bites. Yeah. Off it goes. Well, I've just realised what the cuttlefish was after. Just seen a little small pouting on the line. So obviously I had taken a chunk out of that. And then when I was reeling it, stayed onto it until I got it ashore when it came off. Well, I haven't caught a pouting for ages either. Is it pouting or pork cod? Pouting. Oh. Well, it wouldn't be a fishing trip without a doggy. Doggy, yeah. Right, I'll get this fella back. Hope we get no more of these. Well, another strap. That was on crab and frozen black. It's steadier during the night. I think it's about 3:45 in the morning now. So I'm not going to put that rod back in. I'm going to reel the other one in, get probably another hour or so sleep. High tide's at 10 to 8, I just checked. So I can fish the tide 2 hours coming up. I want his uncle though. Breakfast. Well, it's 25 to 6, So get the rods back in. I've had my breakfast after I get an hour and a half or so kip. Somebody's just turned up quite close to me over there. So yeah, going to fish 5-foot pulley pennel with mackerel and just bigger baits, fish baits. And on the super match, I'll just go back to ragworm, tip to squid, on a 3-hook loop rig that was catching breed on size 1 hooks. Fish out until about half eight, and see how we get on then. If it's not too good, I'll probably call it quits and get home. So yeah, I'll keep you updated as and when. Oh, I did see a fox, but when I was catching those strap congers and dogfish, yeah, saw a fox just going across, and just its green eyes were staring at me all the time whilst I had my headlamp staring at it. So yeah, come back to you if anything exciting happens. Well, on the big rods with the big baits, 3-0 hooks, a scad or horse mackerel, also known as. Grunting then. So I'll get this fella back in. Yeah, okay, that's another species. Well, it's 8 o'clock. I was just reeling in the super match. I had the scratching rig and it got in a snag, so I've just put that rod away. I've only got the big rod in. I'm going to start packing up now, and when I bring that in, that'll be it. Yeah, not had a sausage apart from that scad this morning. So all in all, it was enjoyable, something different. When I come to Chesil again, probably, more than likely, I'd like to come and target the rays down that end, the Portland end. I think if I came next time. But yeah, if you got this far, thank you for watching. Take care.